I'm recording this section for people that will not be available tonight. So how many people do we have here? Okay. Yeah, it's cool, it's cool. Let's just start. We don't need to wait for people because time is not waiting for anybody. So, little quick introduction. Many of you know me already. This is Peter, okay, the profitable man. Yes, you know what I do. So let's just go straight to the point. We are here tonight for question and answer. Maybe you have something that is not clear to you. If you have finished the book, please can you just send an emoji if you are done with the book. Nobody. Okay, princess, you are done with the book. We're done. Yeah, it is fine, it is fine. So okay, done. Nice one. So one thing is that in Nigeria stock market, knowledge is very very important. And then one of the mistake people made nowadays is that they don't go for knowledge. So and then the absence of knowledge will always lead to calamity in anything you choose to do. And this is a business of money. So you must learn how to protect your money very, 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 very well. Okay, I just want us to do something. This is 8:09 before we start. I can see maybe 7 or 6 people here. So I just want us to go to our mail. I think majority of the people bought this book through their seller. So I just want you to go to your mail, the one the one you received when you bought the book. So just I want you to drop a review on seller. Within 30 seconds you'll be done with that. Just Princess Udom Stephen Rufus Bankole Adeyinka. You can just go to your seller mail and drop a review for the book. And then I'll just do a little I will wait. I will start by 8:12 so that we can all be here together. So just go to your seller mail, go to your mail inbox. You see the seller mail and you will see download and leave a review. So I just want you to leave a review for the book on your seller app. So by 8:12 we are going to start, and I hope you have your question already. Okay, you have your question already. So let me just try to remind others in the general group before we kickstart. Yes, welcome back. So what I really want to do is that I don't want to say a lot of things so that I will not be giving twice answer to a question. So let's just go to the question and answer section. So if you have a question, you can just raise up your hand and I'll be the one to call you. So let's just do that quickly. Just raise up your hand and I'll just call you to ask your question. Okay. Steven Ogundari, you can unmute yourself.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
own main question is not actually it's not actually something so difficult like that, but it's more about the action to see someone to put someone through, not to do it on his own. That how do we start? When can we start? Especially in the registration of the account, the brokers to a trusted broker to you, and the CSC, what they call it, security,
CSCS. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So I mean the central security clearing system, yeah, and all those things, the form to open it. All what I just need is how do we start? Then the second question is picking those what do they call it? Picking those companies to invest in. So is there a particular site for us to go through, or how do we know, or what do we follow, especially for someone who is an amateur when it comes to picking those investment platform on the Nigerian Stock Exchange? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Steven. You are asking about how to pick a trusted platform and then how to do your registration, like a practical steps on how to do your registration. So what I'll say about that is
Yes.
that if you have been following me on Twitter, I made a post maybe quite a weeks ago about stockbroker and then fintech in Nigeria. But let me just go like this. The emergence of many fintech in Nigeria has given access to many Nigerians to participate in the stock market. So if you want to open an account, especially for a beginner, you can just use any of this platform. There is Bamboo, we have Afro Investor 2.0, we have Trove, we have Chaka, we have Uyocha. I would just advise you to just pick maybe just one or two of them. For example, I use Afro Investor 2.0. Though the registration is somehow like it will take a time before they verified you, but I tell you on Afro Investor 2.0, with 500 naira you can buy shares. I have bought a shares of 200 naira on Afro Investor 2.0. So, but when it comes to Bamboo, um, you cannot buy anything less than 5,000 naira when it comes to Nigeria stock market on Bamboo. So they have their own pros and cons. Just get two or one of them and do your registration. And do your registration with them. You don't really need to. And then one thing is that it is very, very user friendly to register. Just download the app, registered, and then do your KYC. After your KYC, you just need to be waiting for them to approve you. And then if you are not clear with anything, YouTube, you can. I have some videos. Don't worry. From after tonight, there are some link I will send to the group from the Nigerian investor. I will be sharing some YouTube link. So I'll be sharing some YouTube links that you can watch practical steps, practical guide on how to open your brokerage accounts. Brokerage accounts. I hope I've answered your question, Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other question or we should move on?
Not for now, sir. Yeah, the other question, sorry. The other question is how do we pick those shares or stock to invest on? To know, I mean, like the market, which one to invest at a particular time. Because I know that stock market, stock to invest in stock or something like that is about timing. So that we not buy when it is high or sell when it's supposed not, something like that. So
Okay, you are asking that. Okay, how can you pick a good stock? You know,
yes, something like
if
that.
you read your book very well, if you read your book very well and get to chapter 2 or chapter 3 of your book, you'll see that there are a lot of factors that has been explained in that book. But let me just this is not for review. This is just for us to just ask the question and get your answer even beyond the book. So to pick a very good stocks, mm, one thing you have to look for is that there are things you need to understand. And the things you need to understand is that you must know your risk appetite. Another thing is that you must understand your investment goal. Okay, I want to invest for how many years? Are you a short term investor? Are you a long term investor? Are you a mid term investor? So, what is your risk appetite? Are you a low risk taker? Are you a mid risk taker? Are you an aggressive risk taker? If you understand all these factors, now let's talk about what to invest into. Because the first thing is not the stock to buy, the first thing is who you are and what are your objectives. So it is your objectives and your goals that will now determine the kind of financial instrument to put your money into. Are we together? So the best thing to do is what? When you have defined all these things, you now see to say, okay, I'm going to invest into the stock market. So this is I'm going to invest in the stock market, maybe into mutual fund or ETFs. You now sit down and say, okay, what is going on? So after that, let me just give you 5 steps or five things to consider before buying a stock. I remember when I started my journey in the stock market, I bought many stocks because their name were familiar. Dangote, I know Dangote. I bought Dangote, oh, I know Dangote. Okay, I know Otedola. I bought his company. I know Tony Elumelu. I also bought his company because I knew them, and I made a very, very big mistake then, because that is not how investment works. So before you can say, okay, I want to invest into this particular company, the first thing you need to check is their fundamentals. This is a basic thing to check, their fundamentals. Okay, now you want to buy a stock. The first thing you need to check is their fundamentals. You have to know about the company first, because any company you don't know what they are doing, you don't invest into it. First, understand the business. When you now understand the business, you have the full grasp of the business. Yes, what are they doing? For example, right now, let me use I'm looking for a company. Okay, Presco, for example. Presco or Como Oil. If you want to invest into Presco or Como Oil, you ask, what do they do there? You just don't buy a stock because people are saying buy it, this stock is doing well. No. You just don't buy a stock like that. You ask yourself, what are they doing in this company? And when you now understand what they are doing in that particular company, yes, the next thing to do is that for the past 5-10 years, how is their price like? You check their historical price movement. Okay, in the last 3 years, this is what they have done. Last 5 years, this is what they have done. Last 3 years, this is what they have done. That means you look into their past, present, and future. Let me use that. You look into the past, you look into the present, you look into the future. Let me just use that 3 factor to explain it to you. How do we look into the past of a company? Don't get me right now. The past, the present, and the future of a company. Where's my pen? Yes. So how do I look into a past of a company? First of all is that there is no company that is listed on Nigeria Stock Exchange that does not have reports. There is no company that is listed on Nigeria Stock Exchange that does not have their own report. They have their financial reports, they have their quarterly reports, they have their quarterly report and yearly reports. You check it. You check their report, and then you can get access to everything on NGS website. You can download their financial report. And if you are not an economic student like me, or you are not an accountant student like me, you don't know how to read numbers, the basic things, the least thing you can do is to differentiate between 2 and 4. 4 is greater than 2. You don't need calculator to understand that. 1 is less than 5. Very simple. 20 is less than 10. 20 is greater than 10. And you know that when it comes to debt, when you have 50 million debt, it's different from when you have 10 million naira debt. So You don't really need to to know all those economist jargons. You don't. I'm not calling them jargons, but you don't actually need to know a lot of those metrics. Just understand the basic. If you go to financial reports, they will put their revenue, their gross profits, their net profit. These are the basic things you can learn. So you will see that okay, last year they made this particular amount of money. I'm still on the fact that you have to look into the past of the company. Okay, they made this particular amount of money last year, and then there's something we call um, I mean after we call it revenue after no we call it profit after tax because they need to pay tax. So after they have paid their tax, you look at their profit, you look at their revenue, you look at their market cap, you look at what they are doing. Are they really doing well? And the only metric for a company that is doing well is when they are making more money. Somebody was asking me that, profitable man, which stock do you love so much? We say, I'm not in love with any stock. As long as you are making profit, I love you. And if you are not giving me profit, I don't love you. You understand? So that is it. A company that is doing well financially for the past 10 years, 5 years is a good company because they are making money every year and they are making their shareholders, they are giving them smile, they are giving them joy. That is a good company. Another thing to look at is present. When you are assessing, when you are evaluating a company to invest into, after you have considered their past, you have to look into the present of that company. You have to look into the presence of that company in one's essence. So there is a way to look into the presence of a company. First thing you are going to look is the management of the company. The management of a company is very, very, very important. We have bad managers, and we have good managers. You have to look at the people that is running, the manager, director. You look at the team. There is a way you can get all this information online. If you just open your Google right now, that okay, you can even just open your Google, okay, Presco management or Presco company managerial line. It will show you everybody that is running the company, and you can check their historical record. You can check their portfolio, you can check their resume, what they have been doing, you can check what they have. So you have to check the management of a company, because there are times that a good company that have a bad management team will actually go into problem at the end of the day. You understand? So you check the present, what are they doing right now, their management, and the next thing is that you assess the future of that company. For example, right now, if you assess the future of let me use a stock for an example. Let's say MTN. You know that MTN has been greatly performing so well for about, I think, let me just say for about 1 year right now. MTN has been doing well, so well. And then I think I put that call for people that are in my community. I think it was 2020. It was November 2024 that we started buying MTN in our community. And majority of them, people are on 60% profit, 50%, over 50% profit on MTN right now. So you look at the future of that company. What is their future looks like? Are they still going to be relevant in the market? All these things are very, very simple things you can just think of. Look at that company. What are they producing? Okay, Presco is producing red oil. In the next 20 years, will red oil be useful? Will there be a demand for red oil? Can this company keep making money in the next 10 years, 20 years? Let's use 10 years. If the company can still keep making money in the next 10 years, it's a good company. It's a good company. So you assess the past, you assess the present, and you assess the future. Once you can do that and you are convinced, you are good to go. Meanwhile, that is not enough. Anything can happen in the market. Nobody can predict what will happen in the market. You understand? Government can wake up tomorrow and bring a policy that will affect the company. Anything can happen. Another COVID-19 can happen again, that it will affect the global economy. So if you have put all those things in check and the company financial statement is good, yeah, you are good to go. You can just go with your own instinct. because there is nobody that is very sure. There is no certainty in the market that okay, this particular stock by this time will give you this particular profit. Nobody is going to do that. It's not real. It's not real. The only thing we can use is just look at their past, their present, and the future. When you study the past, you'll be able to predict the future. So that is what we do if you want to pick a stock. Okay, thank you, Steven. So I have another question here in the message. You can type your question if you don't want to talk. You can type your question. So I have that Bamboo and Afro Investor and Meristem have refused to verify me. Yes. One of the problems we have is verification problem. But nevertheless, you need to just try to talk to the customer service. Look for the customer service and talk to them, mail them, chat them. I'm very sure they are going to solve your problem. You understand? So they will solve your problem. Okay, another question here. Is there any book on financial statement someone can read? There's a lot of information online and I always get lost, like learning about the income and the balance sheet. Okay, I think the best thing to do is to just go to NGN website and download the financial report of that particular company. Just download the financial report of that particular company. And very soon, right now, from this week, you'll be seeing a lot of financial reports because majority of the company will be dropping their Q2 financial statement. They will be dropping it. So you just download financial statement from NGS, and after downloading, access it. It is, to be sincere, it's very very simple because, and then you can follow some people online too. Like if you check my timeline, there are many people. I also do those kind of stuff. Like they will help you to analyze the financial statement. They will tell you, okay, in 2020 this amount of money they made in this aspect compared to 2022, compared to 2023 to 2025. So you can also follow ProShares. There is a ProShares website. There are websites that gives you updates. There are times that you don't even need to go through all the whole financial statement. There are beautiful websites you can follow, subscribe to their newsletter to get updated. You understand? I hope I've answered your question, Presence. So you can raise up your hand if you want to ask a question so that I can just call you and we continue. Okay, let me answer a question from here before we go to the okay, Adeyinka.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. So my question is related to CXCS number.
Yeah.
I remember I've seen different posts about it. People saying that it's important to have your CXCS number if you want to track your investment, even if the company goes bankrupt. That investing goes bankrupt, or maybe the platform you are using is no longer active. And then my question is about us using this regular fintech for investing. Let's take for instance, if you invest on Trove, you can't get a CXCS number except if you want to like invest. I don't know how it works. Maybe invest directly on the platform also. So I just want to hear your opinion on it. How do you think we go about it? Especially for maybe small investors, or maybe you're not even a small investor, but you've been using these other platforms before. How can you ensure that you are doing the right thing and you don't end up losing your investment in future? Like people can easily track your investment in case of anything.
Okay, thank you for that question. That is a very good question to ask. So concerning CXCS number, there is no brokerage account you will open that you will not be given CXCS number. I'm very sure of that because I use quite lot of brokerage brokerage app. I use Afro Investor, Bamboo, I use Trove, I use Coronation, I use iInvest, I use which one else? A lot of them. So all of them they have CSCS number for you. If you check it very well, if you check your Bamboo, you see your CSCS number, every investor CSCS number. Every investor that is investing into stock market, especially Nigeria stock market, must have their CSCS number. So if you have, maybe you are investing into a platform that you could not see your CSCS number, just talk to their customer service that you need your CSCS number, and I'm sure that they are going to create one for you. They are going to create one for you. Meanwhile, you should have your CSCS number before you even buy any stocks. You should have that. So if you have a platform that you could not access your CSCS number, just talk to their customer service to get more clarification on that, because you need it. You need it. That is why if anything happened to any platform, I don't want to mention name, if anything happened to any platform, you don't have issue, because your shares is not stored with them. Your shares is stored with CSCS. So you don't have any issue. Make sure you get your CSCS number. If you can't see your CSCS number, please don't invest your money. Make sure you have it and you write it somewhere and keep it. Thank you. I hope I've answered your question.
So that brings me, yeah, it does. But that brings me to another question. You mentioned I use Babu. I think you also mentioned you use Trove too. I'm not sure if you're correct. So I currently use Trove. If I'm correct about that, I mean, I currently use Trove. And when I saw that discussion online, I sent an email to their customer service, and this was the response they gave me. I'm reading it via my mail now.
Okay.
So they said, I currently hold a custodian account on Trove, and the assets bought are not held in my name, but are held in custody with ARM Securities, which is their partner broker for local stocks.
Okay.
And then they were telling me that I can click on a link to read more on my account type. They sent an article to me, and then they told me another thing, that if I need a CSCS account, I'll need to fill a form and revert with a copy of my valid ID, utility bill, and so on. But they're not telling me that the current asset I have now that is held in the custodian account cannot be directly transferred to my CSCS
CSCS number.
account.
Yes.
So that's what I don't really understand.
Okay. I think every platform have their own system of operation. So maybe Bamboo, no, now Trove, what they are using is Trusty, and ARM also is a brokerage company in Nigeria, a security company in Nigeria that is verified and licensed by SEC. So if they are actually linked to ARM, I think you don't have any problem with them. But for investor, it's good to have your CSCS number. It's just good to have your CSCS number. So I don't know how Trove operates. I've used Trove to buy stocks, sell stock on them too. I use many platforms. About 4 platforms I use, because this is Nigeria. So in Nigeria, I recommend that people should have more than one brokerage app. So I don't really know, but one thing about Trove is that they are working with Trustee, which is ARM, and then all the stock you are buying is saved. It's very it's safe and secure. Anytime you want to say, you have access to it. But I'll still tell you that as an investor that you want to buy stocks, make sure you have your CSCS number. And then if you want to get your CSCS number, the direction they give to you can follow it, and then you can also have maybe other account that give you CSCS number. Thank you.
Thank
All right, you are welcome. So Imon, please go on.
Alright, good evening, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, I have someone that got some stocks, but he's not himself died at the last year. So I wanted to regain the stocks back for their family. No, how can I do that? Because from the link that you posted the other time, I tried to follow the one. The thing was not going through. I didn't get everything done. They didn't allow me get some. I don't know.
Okay.
So is there what I'm supposed to?
Okay. If you want to claim stock for somebody that is no one alive, do you have any evidence? Do you have any certificates? Do you have any evidence?
I don't know if their children But are they things that will be needed? Like what?
Yes, because I think before 2015, if you buy any stock, there is something we call certificate. Certificate. You will anytime you buy stocks, then you will receive a certificate. Even till now, if you buy stock on some apps, they will send a certificate of notes to your DM. So that certificate, you can use that certificate to claim your stocks. So this is what to do actually. Have you searched for the person's name on the what do we call it, on this dividend portal, e-dividend portal? You saw the name, right?
Yes, the name is there.
Yes, you saw the name, and you saw the registrar.
Yes.
So what you need to do is just to follow up the registrar company. It's the registrar company that's going to, you know, pay you the dividends, help you to reclaim that shares back. So you just need to follow up with mails. When you follow up with mails, they will ask for your CSCS number. They will ask for if you have a certificate. They will ask for any evidence they can get from you. And if you can actually provide that, they will give you a form to fill. Maybe they will transfer it to their children or to their family. There is a way to do that, but it's a very long process. It's a long process that you will not really, you don't have to give up along the way. So you have to follow up the registrar. We have different registrar for different stocks. So once you search their name, they will show you their name and the registrar companies that they have their stock with. So the best thing to do is just follow up to the registrar. You can visit their office. They have office across Nigeria. You can visit their office and talk to them. And I'm very sure they are going to solve the problem for you.
Okay.
I hope I've answered your
I
question.
think.
Okay. I have another question in the DM right here. You said something about bad management. How do you know or analyze a company with bad management? Since every one of them, we have resume and good profile management. Okay. One of the way to know a very bad management company. Sometimes profile can deceive you, but their decision is very, very important. And what they are using their money to do, what they are planning, their vision is also important. So the best thing to do is that go and check the person, maybe anywhere the person has served before, and maybe with anything they have achieved in the past. For example, there is a company right now that is the daughter of the founder, that is part of the non-executive board, and then that is a red flag for some investors, because they will say that why are you putting your daughter as non-executive members? Some people believe that for you to run a good company, you must have what it takes to run it. So bad management, you look at their historical record. We can't really just look at the personality of the person that is leading the company. Look at what they have done before, the company they have worked with before. If they don't have any bad record, or maybe they have not swallowed money in one company before, so you can just do your due diligence online. Look at the person. Maybe the person have a portfolio, any history, any news about him. So that is how to assess it, to analyze if a company have a good management. So another thing is that, can someone please type the website of our website is said here. Okay, I will send the link of the website. Another question, you can raise up your hand if you have any question. Another question is that, also, do I need to get CSCS number offline before opening an account, or opening an account on Trove or Bamboo automatically create a CSCS number? Yeah, open an account on majority of those platforms. They will create your CSCS number automatically for you. They will create it for you automatically. When I opened AfroInvestor 2.0, they will open it for you. Coronation, they open it for you. They open it for you automatically. You don't need to fill any special form offline. So that has been answered. So do you have any question left before we move on? No more question. All right. If there's okay, Babalola Alabi. Okay, you can ask your question.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for this call. It's eye opening actually.
So my question is something relating to what I think emo. I think emo was when I asked the question. So I know of someone who actually has stock at EcoBank. That was then Oceanic Bank when EcoBank was still Oceanic Bank. So the person bought stocks and everything, and then she has the CSCS number, she has everything, certificates and all, and in fact, she has gone to meet all this what's it called, broker, whatever, and she has done a lot of things just to get her stocks back. I'm talking about stocks of almost 15 to 20 years ago now.
Yes.
She understands, so it has been a very long time. She has all her certificate and everything, but they are still not giving her and something. So, like, my question now is there, for example, now I know things have become digitalized now. So, is there something that she can actually do on her own that will help to like speed up the process, or what do you think she probably could have done? I don't have so much information about every other thing, but when I asked, she said she has her certificate, she has her CSCS number, everything. You understand? And the stocks are like years ago, when EcoBank was still Shining Bank then.
Yes, yes. Okay. The first question I will ask that as the person fill up the dividend mandate form, there is dividend mandate form that has been released that people that really want to claim their shares.
What?
There is something called dividend mandate form. I think I will share the link to the
Okay.
community.
Okay.
So you can, once you fill the form, you know the registrar that is holding your stock. When you now know the registrar that is holding your stock, because right now you don't have anything to do with CBN, you don't have anything to do with SEC, you don't have anything to do with NGS. The only people you have to be looking after is registrar. So once you know the registrar that is holding your stock, the next thing to do is to follow them up. And I'm very sure, I won't lie for you, they are very crazy to get back your shares. It's very, very difficult in Nigeria. Very, very difficult. There are many people that have been trying to help them to claim back their shares, but it's a very, very difficult process that you need to be sending mail every day. So the best thing to do is to visit them physically. I tell you, if you need your money, locate their office. They have offices across maybe in Lagos, in Abuja, anywhere that is closer to you. They have physical office. There is no registrar that does not have physical office. So visit them. If you visit them, I'm very sure they are going to provide solution to your problem. But if you are sending mail, talking to them online, you should understand where we are. This is Nigeria. Maybe until you drag them online. Maybe until you drag them on Twitter or somewhere else. But the best thing to do is just locate their office and go there physically, so that they can give you solution that's going to help. You understand?
Okay, alright. So that link, we'll be dropping it on the group.
Yes, I will actually drop the link. I have about 3 links or 2 links to drop right now. So I'm going to drop those links. I'll drop those links in the group.
Alright.
Yes. Adeyinka, your hand is up. Do you have any question?
No, you've answered my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Steven also. Okay. So if you still have any question, you can drop it in the message section. Just drop it there.
I would like to ask another question.
Okay.
My question would be as regards long-term, short-term investment. Yes. So I know generally when we look at short-term investment, we'll be looking at mutual funds and like funds investments are easily convertible to cash.
Yes.
And then maybe for long-term investments, we'll be looking at stocks and maybe cryptocurrency or the rest. But now my question is as regards stocks. Can we also consider stocks as short-term investment? Because with this platform, we currently have like Trove and the rest. You can easily sell your shares and then sell your shares to cash, like convert them to cash within like 24 to 48 hours. So that's the first question. And then the second question I have is as regards a post I saw today. So I saw this post. I'm not sure if you know this company. That's if I'm pronounced, if I get it correctly. Better Glass.
Yeah, better glass.
Yeah, so there was this report that Carrier is released today, and when they're looking at stocks that did well from year to date, that's from
Yes,
beginning
January
of
to
the
now.
year to now. This was among the stocks they mentioned, like it did like 200% plus. But in the comment section, someone mentioned about the stock not being liquid,
Yes, the stock
meaning
is
that
illiquid. Yeah,
yes, it's illiquid. Yeah, that you can't easily convert it to
of
to
course.
cash. So now I would like you to just, that's for my second question. I'd like you to just expatiate on that. How do we know that okay, this stock we're buying is is illiquid and we should not like bother buying, because you don't want to buy something that at the end of the day you can't get your money back, you can't sell the stock. That's like a waste. So that's the
Yes.
second question.
Yes, let me start from the second question. That's a very good question. It's a very, very good question that many investors don't even ask about it. I remember there was a stock called Sunu Assurance. Sunu Assurance, I think Sunu Assurance did about 200, I think 150 or 200% then. I bought it then. And when was the time for me to sell? I was unable to sell this particular stock. And every day the money is just, I'm just losing on that particular stock. And I was unable to sell the stock. That was then I understand the meaning of liquid and illiquidity of a stock. So there are many, let me tell you, there are many stocks in this Nigerian market that if you buy them today, I tell you, when it is time to sell, you will blame yourself for buying them, because both your profits and your capital you are going to lose. So when we say a stock is highly liquid, let me just put it in this way. If you are looking for stocks that you can, even if you have millions of naira of them, maybe you invest 20 million, 4 million, 5 million naira, and you want to sell them today and you will get it sold, it's all these banking sectors. They have that liquid. Banking sectors, you can buy banking sectors, you can sell it anytime, as once the market is open, you can sell it and then convert your stock into cash. But when it comes to some stock, because we have to, there is something called order book. We call it book order book. These order books, I think you can find it on, there is a place for it on AfriInvest, on Atlas, on Meristem. You can see it. It's like a chart like this. You'll be seeing people. You can also see it on Invest Naija. You see Invest Naija or Naija Invest. So you can see it there. This order book is that you'll be seeing people that want to buy that particular stock, and you'll be seeing what people, we call it order and offer. It's just like buy and sell books. You will see people that say, okay, I want to sell this particular stock at this particular price. And you'll be seeing another box that will be saying, I want to buy this particular stock. I want to buy this amount of units at this particular price. That is what we call order book. So that is how transaction is being made in the stock market. But all these illiquid stocks, there is no buyer. There is no buyer anywhere. Nobody wants to buy. If you look at their volume transaction, it's very, very low. Like nobody really wants to buy. So if you are holding those kind of stock and you want to sell, you will not see a match order. You will not see anybody to sell to. Though the stock is going up, is increasing, you will not see anybody to sell to. For example, right now, this Better Glass that is doing so well, let me even check. If you check 1 week, let me check. If you check, where is this Better Glass? Let me quickly open Better Glass here. Okay, let me just, I can't really find Better Glass here. Okay. If you open the chart of Better Glass, what they are calling Better Glass, like in the year to date right now is over 500% profit. Like no, that's 1 year. 1 year is 500% profit. Year to date, YTD is over 400% profit right now. So you have seen this profit, but if you want to sell, there is a problem because nobody is willing to buy. And if there is no buyer, there is no way you can sell. So that is it. Illiquid means that you can't convert it to cash easily. You can't sell your stock easily because there is no demand for it. There is no order. There is no volume transaction for it. Do you understand? I will also share I will also share a write-up about liquid and illiquid stock. I'll share a write-up about that. How to know a stock, and then how to know a stock that is very liquid and the one that is illiquid. And then I'm writing what I'll share down. I'll also share a website that you can use to monitor the order books, to check the order book, look at the volume transaction, are there people buying? Because if you study the NGS market, sometimes you will see that there are some companies that they have high volume of transaction in a day, but the stock is not actually moving up. Have you discovered something like that? That they have high, very huge volume transactions. Volume transaction is different from um increase in value. It's different. Like this particular stock, many people they bought, they sell, that is high volume transaction. So those kind of stock, they are very, very liquid. And then majority of the stocks that fall into that category is finance, all this banking and finance sectors. So they are very, very liquid. And then I also do a research. Let me write it down, and just to list those stocks that are difficult to sell, illiquid. So as an investor, you have to, before you buy any stock, just don't buy a stock because you can see 400%, you can see 500%. Also consider the liquidity of the market too. So I hope I've okay. Good. Your first question about short-term investor. See, let me tell you something. Short-term is relative in definition. What is short to me might not be short to you. For me now, I think my short-term investment is, and then let me just be playing with you. When we are saying the reason why we don't really advise people to be a short-term investor in the Nigeria stock market is because of market uncertainty. Like anything can happen in the market, you cannot predict the market. So one of the best things to tell people is just, when you are coming to the market, make sure you are coming to embrace the uncertainty of the market. Anything can happen, so don't come as a short-term investor, because if you're a short-term investor, maybe you have your money, you want to use it within 3 months, and you now put it into stock market, you may cry at the end of the day. You understand? So it is not really advisable for people. Maybe your school fees, maybe your house rent, that maybe in the next 4 months you will use it. You now put it into stock market. Let's say you now put it into a stock, you put it into maybe charms, or you put it into Wapik or Dangote cement or Dangote sugar. You see, you'll be crying at this time now. You'll be crying. So that is why you say, if you are a short-term investor, just look for something that is highly liquid, like money market funds, like fixed investments that you can just use to sell. To convert quickly. You can just use to maybe making little money to sell. But sometimes, if I buy a stock now, and within 3 months or within 2 months, that stock is performing excellently, I'm going to sell. Though I have the mindset of long term, I can sell. Yes, you have the freedom to take profit. You can sell. Okay, even if you have long term mindset and you bought a stock, and then the stock is doing well, you can take profit. You can take out of it and leave the rest. You can take profit and leave your capital. You can sell part of the shares and leave the rest. And then if you are very sure that, okay, I'm not going to sell now, it's good. But the short term, mid term, long term is actually relative. If you buy a stock hoping that in the next 1 year this stock will reach maybe 100% in returns, and within 3 months you will reach your objective, come on, you can sell. So you can sell. Do you get it now, Adeyinka?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Another question I'd like to ask is, so why is it that, using the scenario, the case study of better class now, the stock is doing well, and they've done like 200%, but why is it that people are not willing to buy?
Yes, investors, they have different opinions about markets, because some people knows that this stock you are talking about, there's something we call penny stocks. They look at their market cap. Market cap is market capitalization. That they look at their market cap and they see that, okay, this market cap is very, very small. They look at different things that you may not even know. They look at it before they take their decisions. So it is opinion. I mean, it is relative, it is subjective to investors to say, okay, this is the company I will buy, this is the company that I will not buy. You understand? And for example, I said something that, when you buy a stock that you know that historically is very difficult to sell, no reasonable investor will go into those kind of stock now. No reasonable investor will go. So, but we hope that as time goes on, it might change. Yes, it might change. It might change as time goes on. So it is investors' opinion which nobody can control. The reason why you refuse to buy some stock, other people have a reason why to buy. They have thousands of reasons to buy it. You understand? So that is how market works. Thank you. Another.
Thank you very much.
All right, you are welcome, Adeyinka. So, do we have any other question before um, we round it up? So, I think there's another question here. Um, okay, I'm a long-term investor, and my question is, I'm buying for long term, and I'm looking at years, and I just started investing, and I have been buying gradually every day, just loading up some quality. Yeah, this very very makes sense, because one thing I used to tell people is that you may not really have the big liquid, I mean big money to buy stock, but you can just start. There's something we call DCA, dollar cost average. Yes, if you have let's say 5,000 naira today, buy. If you have 10,000 naira tomorrow, buy. Don't care about the price. If the price is up, if the price is down, you just continue buying. Continue buying. So you don't really need to really stress yourself. If you are a long term, very very long term investor, just keep buying. And one thing, now, just keep buying. Just keep buying. Don't stop. Just keep buying. Don't never stop buying, and make sure you buy a very good company that you know that in the next 10 years. Don't buy a company like EcoBank. EcoBank, eh? Don't buy a company like EcoBank that is not. There is this bank, Oceanic Bank, EcoBank. Those banks that we can't even look for them. Intercontinental Bank. Just try to buy a good company. And one of the way to be active in the market is that follow people that talks about market. They will help you. They will help you to limit your research. They will help you to, they will give you speed in research. Just follow people. You can follow me on X. There are many people on X you can follow. That they will help you to streamline your research. Like they will be giving you update information about what to do. So just keep buying, don't stop. Okay. Yes, it's very good. So Princess, I don't understand your question. I just wish to understand the stock things. Yes, one thing is that nobody is an encyclopedia of knowledge. You can just start. You can just start small, and that is why you have the Naija Investor. If you read Naija Investor, I tell you 50% of what you need about the Nigeria stock market, you have it already. You understand the business already. You get it already. Okay, I think I'll make a post tonight on people to follow. I'll make a post and send it to the group or on my X account. So just keep buying. Don't give up. So in the absence of no question, yeah, Fitson is a good company. Yes, I bought this Fitson about 3 years ago, and I'm still holding them. It's a good company. You can sell. It's liquid. Yes, you can sell Fitson. So since there is no other question again, let me just go to my final wrap up and my advice for Naija investor before we meet next time. So one thing I will tell you is that make sure you have more than one brokerage app. It is very very important. The reason why you have your institutional bank account and you have OP and PAMPay somewhere, you understand, because this is Nigeria, and then we don't really have a very good structure like that of US markets. We don't really have a very good structure here in Nigeria. Sometimes you just log in I think last week you just log in one of your brokerage accounts, and you see that you cannot find your the summary of your assets. There are some brokerage account that does not have some particular stocks. So just make sure and there are some brokerage account that their fees is very high. Just make sure you have two or three brokerage app that you use to buy your stocks. There are some times that I'm not very good in mathematics. There are some times that anytime I take profit, I take profit on one app, and I will buy again on another app, so that I will be able to track my buying transaction very well. It's a very good thing to do. Another thing is that Dangote fertilizer is coming to the Nigeria stock market, and this is a good news for Nigeria investor. Dangote fertilizer is coming. They have submitted, and then the NGS has also given us update about the listing of Dangote fertilizer. So it is very, very good things. And then another thing is that Dangote refinery, I'm not really sure, but Dangote refinery by next year, if Dangote refinery get listed on NGS stock market, I tell you, the market is not going to remain the same again. You understand? So concerning fertilizer, by God's grace, I'm not sure. I'm not CBN. I'm not SEC. So, but this year, Dangote fertilizer should be coming up on Nigeria stock market. But Dangote refinery, I don't know. I don't really have much information about that. Maybe next year. Dangote is still going through a lot of. It's going to. It's working on a lot of things. It's working on a lot of stuff right now. That is Dangote. So let's be expecting Dangote. So one of the benefits of this listing is that they are going to increase the market cap of Nigeria stock market. So, and I'm very sure that our ASI, all shares index, is going to increase. And let me tell you another thing is that for the past 3 years, the stock market has been performing excellently so well. It has been performing so well. Agricultural sector is leading. This year, agricultural sector is leading, following by consumer and then financial sectors. So, another thing I want to say is that always take profit. Always, when you see a profit, what is your investment objective? Okay, because anytime you are buying a stock, you say that, okay, when this stock give me this particular amount of profit, I'm going to sell. Have it in mind, it's good. And okay, I want to invest for 1 year. Have it in mind, it's good, so that when that 1 year comes, you will not be like, should I wait? Should I hold? Should I take profit? You can take profit and take care of yourself from your profit. You can spend your dividend and you can reinvest your dividend. You understand? You can eat the fruit of your labor. It's good to eat the fruit of your labor too. So enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. It's very, very important. And another thing I would say is that, okay, somebody is asking a question. Please, is it the same way you make research on Nigeria stock market? It's the same way you make research on US market? No, it is very, very different. Just give me a few minutes. We are going to round off very soon. You see, US stock market is highly sophisticated compared to Nigeria stock market. You see, when you come to Nigeria stock market, there are some metrics we call, if you study economics and accounting, there are things we call P ratio E, price to share, price earning per share, EB, profit, equity, profit before tax, all this beta, all these kind of metrics. There are many of them. You can use all those metrics when it comes to US stock market, because US stock market follow principles, both technical and fundamental news. US stock market follows that. But when it comes to Nigeria market is funny. Nigeria markets don't follow fundamental and technical. You cannot use charts to say, okay, this price will do this price will do that. Nigeria market will shock you. Nigeria market is a place that you cannot use metrics to predict Nigeria stock market. Recently, I think CBN when they stopped some banks from paying dividends, technically and fundamentally, it's supposed to be coming down. Do you understand? But we see that GT Bank is not coming down. GT Bank is going up. Why? We don't really follow the technicality and fundamental of the market when it comes to Nigeria. You cannot be using all this formula to analyze. It's good. All these formula, they are very good, but you can only make use of them in the US stock market, because US stock market, they have data. They have very big data that you can use to analyze the market. You can use the chart, you can use the technical, you can use the fundamental when it comes to US market. But Nigeria stock market, our economic is different. Even this man that defined economics, is it Adam Smith? Chisom. Is it Adam Smith, or who is this man that defined economics? If that man is alive now, that man needs to create another definition for Nigeria market. So
with Adam Smith.
Okay, thank you, Adam Smith. Nigeria market is actually different. You will see people complaining online that the economic, you see, the the microeconomic is not doing fine and the stock market is doing well. Can you see there's no correlation? The normal economic standard of living is not actually good and the stock market is booming. Okay, what metrics, what formula can we use for this? But the macroeconomic, the FDI, foreign direct investor, is coming in. There is big money. There is a movement of big money in the Nigeria stock market. So there is movement of big money in Nigeria stock market, and you can follow the money, the likes of Aliko Dangote. There is no rich man. I think top 10 rich man in Nigeria right now. I'm not talking about Obi Kubina, Abi, what do they call them? Those people are not rich, unless they can show us their financial statement. They can prove what they do to make money. So, but I'm talking about Dangote, Tony, Elumelu, Otedola, Rabi of Boa, and then a lot of them, Alakija, and so on. So there is none of them that does not have a big part of their money in the Nigerian stock market. And I'm very sure there is something they say that we are not seeing. So majority of all these big people in Nigeria, big businessmen and businesswomen in Nigeria, they have a large portion of their money in the Nigerian stock market. So it's different. If you want to do analysis, research on just market is different from Nigeria stock market. Though there is, you can use it. You can use the knowledge of US stock market to do research in Nigeria stock market, but you cannot use knowledge of research in Nigeria market to analyze US market. You understand? So you just need to go up higher, read the news. They drop their financial statement every time. They are up to date. You can use their data. They have more data to work with than Nigeria stock market. Okay, another question here. I hope I have answered your question, Emmanuel. Okay, this is over 1 hour already, so let me you can type your question, you can raise up your hand, we can still take some questions before we round up. What do you think about Aradel shares? Okay, about Aradel, actually, do you know what happened to me when they first listed Aradel, when they did their IPO? I bought Aradel, I think around 800 naira per shares, and the stock reduced to I think 500 naira per shares. I think I lose quite money on Aradel, but let me tell you, if you can enter Aradel at 500 naira or 520, around 500 to 600 naira, if you can still enter Aradel, I think it is not a bad entry. That is Aradel. I think it is not a bad entry. Oil and gas sectors have really not been performing well this quarter. This Q2, they have really not been performing well, and then that is the best time to actually enter any market. It's when they are not doing well. That's the best time to enter, not when people are now shouting about them. You understand? So Aradel is not bad. I don't know the current price, but around 500 to 600, you can still enter Aradel for long-term investors, not short-term, because people that bought early this year, they are still waiting to take profit. So Aradel is 514 right now. Aradel is 514 right now, and then for about 1 month right now, it has been losing value, about 3% down. That is Aradel for you. So corn oil, I sold my corn oil last 2 months. Corn oil, I made a quite good profit on corn oil, but I'm not really following the market again. I'm not following corn oil right now, but year to date they have been losing very big money, about close to 40% down from January to now. So thank God I sold. So I'm not really following corn oil again, but their 1 year returns over 100%. It's still I don't want to say it's a good company, because I've not been following them until I just do some little checkup on their stuff, and let's wait for there are more financial statement that is coming out, so we will know what they have been doing, the amount of money they make, and then how they have been making money. Okay, another question I order on Bamboo, which is good. You don't hope that the stock is good. Why do you buy it? You have to answer the question. You don't hope. There is no hope in the market. You have to be sure. Don't hope that a market is good. Check it. What are they doing? Do you know what they are doing? Do you know their market cap? Do you know their YTD year to date performance? Do you know their 5 years performance? No, you need to check it. You need to know how much are they making. You need to know any fundamental news, any plan to expand. You just don't buy a stock before you, and because you hope. You don't hope. Oh, there are many stocks that we hope that it will do well, but they are not really doing well. So this particular stock you are talking about is 7.18 naira right now, and they have been performing so well. If you buy it 1 month ago, you have over 100% right now. This particular stock you have over 100%. Yeah, based on the current information, current data analysis, it's a good stock for those people that bought. Maybe if you even buy it 1 week ago, you have maybe over 60% profit right now. So, but market is unpredictable. People can take profit, but nevertheless, if you buy it and you believe, just hold your stock. Don't panic to sell. Just hold your stock and enjoy yourself. So if you have any question, you can just raise your hand and then we answer it and we close these sections. So waiting for questions. Okay, let me just, what else I need to say? And then stay invested, keep investing. And then Nigeria market, there is a great future for Nigeria stock market. I tell you, for the fact that many people are now, the awareness of the stock market is now coming to everybody than ever before. So don't give up on investing, and then make sure you keep working, keep making money, because you will enjoy investing while you are making more money. You understand? So the more money you make, the more you enjoy your investment journey. And then don't wait till you have big money to start from where you are. The first stock I bought was 800 naira, Dangote Sugar. So don't really stop. Keep making money, and then budget a portion for it, for your investment, and understand your investment risk. Understand your investment risk, your investment appetite. CWJ is a good company. CWJ, I bought it. I think we called this stock late last year. Okay, Sunday is not on this call. I think late last year we call it, and then I bought CW, this CW. I bought it. It has been performing well. It's still a good stock. They are into tech. Warehouse, like computer warehouse. That is what they are doing. Yeah, it has been performing so well. If you have it, it's not a bad stock. And if you want to enter also, yes, you can. Just have just know that it is a risk. Every market is a risk. Just have that mindset that you are taking a risk, and then you can take your risk. So I don't have any bias on because I have it. I'm even holding it. I should even look for a time to take profit on it. It's a good stock. It has been performing so well. It has given me over 100%. This particular stock over 100%. So I think it's a big time for me to take little profit, or even maybe to add more self. So it depends on your objective, on your plan before you buy it. So that is it. So for this month, if there's no other question, I would love to just round up. This is after 9 Nigeria time, and I know I see people from diaspora on this call. So I really want people to have a good time to rest and enjoy themselves. So without any question again, the group for Naija investor, I'm not going to open the group. I want to have it under control, but sometimes you can just open it. And then don't worry, this new month more information will be coming, more market updates will be coming, analysis, stock to watch will be coming. So just stay cool, stay invested, and then just keep investing. And about US markets, this month by God's grace, we are going to look into the US market too and see what is happening there. See what is happening there in the US stock markets too. It's very, very good to consider US stock market. It's something we call diversification. And then you have to diversify. You have your money in Nigeria economy, you have your money in the US economy. So it's very good. And one thing I'll tell you is that don't be too emotional. Don't be too emotional to stock market. It's because everywhere is green now. People that are holding Thomas Watt, people that are holding Cornell Oil, people that are holding Africa Prudent, they are not smiling because they are not making money. People that are holding Transcorp, people that are holding Hoando, People that are holding Dangote sugar, I know somebody that is holding Dangote sugar. There is nothing sweet about Dangote sugar again. You understand? So they are not actually happy right now. UCAP, WAPIC, a lot of them, Coverton, Darcom, ABC Transat, even Access Corp, Wema Bank, they are not, the investors are not really happy. So it's because you are holding good stock, or the stock that is performing. And for the fact that all these stock are not performing well does not make them a bad stock. Yes, does not make them a bad stock. So we have to understand the ups and downs of the market, the fluctuation of the market. So the best thing is just stay cool. Don't be panic. Don't sell because you are losing. Don't be too emotional and addicted because you are making money. Take profit, re-strategize, check your portfolio, and then be updated. So last question I have here on this message is, which app could one use to analyze company financial data? I don't think there is a app right now, but I will tell you that Twitter X is the best place to get information about the market. And if you go to NGS website, you can download it. And thank God for the emergence of fintech. The likes of many of them online right now, they are giving financial information. Cowrywise will tell you the stock that is performing well. They will not tell you the one that is not performing so well. So anybody that is just showing you this one is good, this one is better, so try to look at the one that are not doing good too. You understand? Try to look at the one that sometimes if I want to buy a stock, I will just go to the one that have not been performing so well. I will look at what is wrong with them, what is happening to them. Are people taking profit? Are they making a very bad decision? What is happening to their company? Is there any policy that is affecting them? You understand? So you understand those kind of stuff. You can even buy the stock that is not doing well currently, based on your own analysis. Because a company that is not doing well today, there is high possibility that it will do well tomorrow. Because a company that is doing perfectly well today, they also have ups and downs yesterday. So yes, somebody is saying that I believe it is better to leverage on the US UK market for hedging against inflation and protect. Yes, and diversification is mentioned earlier. Don't have all your capital, all your investment in one sectors. There is something we call sectors diversification, and there is something we call market diversification. Sector diversification is that you have your money in financial sectors, agricultural sectors, oil and gas sectors, insurance, consumer sectors, and then when it comes to market, to have money in US stock market, UK stock market, money mutual fund, have your money across those vehicles. It will actually help you. And remember, there is this S&P. I have one ETFs that I have been investing into every month. It's a very S&P 500. I've been investing into that stock maybe about 5 years right now. It's a very good stock. ETFs, it's ETFs now, not a single stock. It's a very good ETF to hedge against inflation. So just stay smart and stay protected. So I think without any question again, there's no question again. So let me just give a just conclusion, a roundup, and what we should be looking out for in this Q3 that we are already in. So Jazz Bank is I don't know. One thing is that the market is big. You have to narrow down your attention to some stocks. You can't be doing every stock analysis. We have over maybe close to 200 stock in Nigeria stock market. So Jazz Bank, I've not been following Jazz Bank. I've not been following them, so I don't really know much about them for now. So one thing is that agricultural sector have been performing so well. The likes of Presco, the like of Okomo Oil, Ella Lakes. I don't want to talk about Ella Lakes for now, but I told people that have high risk appetite mid last month, that if they have any money they are not using and they want to waste, they should buy Ella Lakes. And then I think they are in a very big profit right now. That is Ella Lakes. And the reason why I talked about Ella Lake was that I attended a meeting and X-Space with their managing directors, and then they talk about many plans they have, many things they have been investing their money into, where they are diversifying. I mean, they are also diverse. They are diverse. What they call it? they are diversing their capital into another sectors right now, like oil, I mean red oil. They are investing into red oil plantations, and they have many plantations, and they have planted their seed. And this is, I think their seed are 4 years old right now. And then, so with that information, just believe that okay, when they start reaping the fruit of their labor, they should have a very good good profit. They are going to make a good profit. And that was why I talk about Ella leaves. It's a penny stocks. It can go up, it can go down. So it's for people that really want to risk, But if you want to protect your fund, Presco is still not a bad entry. Okomo Oil is not a bad entry. GTCO is a good stock. Those are the stocks that have been performing excellently well. So GT stock is also good company. And then MTN is not bad. You are not too late to enter MTN. MTN also is bad. This is not financial advice. Don't borrow money to invest. Don't borrow money to invest. So they have been doing so beautifully well. Livestock, I bought livestock. I've sold my livestock. It's a good stock also. Honey flower, you can check them. And then there is this stock, Lafarge. I think they call it WAPCO. Lafarge is also a very good stock to consider. They are producing cement, so they are in competition. They are the one competing with Dangote Cement and Boa Cement. I believe they still have a long way to go in developing. So, and then there are some kind of investment that enters. That, I mean, these Chinese people are now cooperating. They have a very big chunks of their investment in WAPCO. So it's a very good stock to consider. That is WAPCO. So, and then there is a good news for insurance sector too. Insurance sectors, there are a lot of policy coming up for people to insure their cars. So this will be a great benefit for insurance companies like Mansard, like AI Coast. We have many insurance sectors that are actually doing fine. So that is good for tonight. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. And before we go, if you bought the Naija investor through seller, please, I'm pleading right now, just go to your seller to just drop a review. Go to the mail you receive, your receipt mail. You'll see a place to leave a review there. Just want you to go there and just leave a review. Thank you so much for coming. Other information that I need to send will be shared to our groups. Stay invested, start with what you have, and God bless. Thank you.